Greetings YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Now, if like me you are the sort of person who spends most of their free time riding a motorcycle or looking at motorcycles, reading books about motorcycles, watching YouTube clips about motorcycles, hey, you're watching one now, or thinking about motorcycles, then you're probably also the sort of person who's always on the lookout for somewhere nice to ride. It's a Sunday morning at the moment, just about, yes, still Sunday morning, and I'm out for a ride. You're also probably the sort of person who's aware that, hopefully, the motorcycle community is a very warm and welcoming place, or at least it should be, and places like biker cafés and pubs and that are a good place to go and hang out and talk to people and meet people you otherwise wouldn't get a chance to chat with. I'm just out for a ride. I'm going to see who I come across today. Maybe nobody. Let's have it. So it was an experience yesterday whilst out on the Bonneville that got me thinking about the content for today's video. Basically, I was just out for a ride. I called in at the Triumph dealership in Woburn, where my partner's bike awaits her for when she passes her test. She's currently, as I actually speak, doing her 1 week direct access training. That's presenting certain challenges. She's doing very, very well. And it's something we may chat about for an episode somewhere down the line. But I got chatting over a veggie sausage bap. I got chatting to a guy who I'd never met before. We didn't know each other. We were having a coffee, bite to eat. Had both arrived on our bikes. Got chatting. I wouldn't normally in everyday life just sit and chat to somebody I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I don't make friends that easily. I think in my entire life I can probably count the amount of true friends I have on one hand. Perhaps that's the same for everybody, perhaps not, I don't know. I've got a couple of friends from school that I still see from time to time. Some other friends that I've picked up along the way who are really very precious to me, people I've played in bands with and stuff like that. But I don't have a wide circle of friends, so it's nice if I arrive at a biker haunt, which I invariably do, to start chatting to people. And me and this guy, we sat and chatted for about half an hour. I don't even know his name, he doesn't know mine, we didn't exchange names, but we did talk about some quite personal things and our journeys on motorcycles. And by journey, I don't just mean the journey to the Triumph dealership, I mean our sort of journey through life and the bikes we've ridden and the sentimental things attached to it. And it just kind of brought home to me how precious this motorcycle community is that we have. Just like to explore our community a little bit. You know, if we see a bike broken down on the side of the road, we invariably stop and try and help if we can. You know, people have helped me out. I've given people backies, as we used to call them back in the day, from their bike on the roadside to somewhere where they could go and get help or drop them off home. You know, maybe detoured 20-30 miles in the process, but it's what we do. It's what we do. I'm sure everybody would do the same, or I'd like to think everybody would do the same. And you know, I visit various places just on a ride like today. I have no reason to be out on the bike other than I have spare time. Miranda's off doing her training, I've got a bit of time, I'm up to date with my editing for the channel, so I've gone for a ride. And I might call at places like this, Stoke Brewing, where there is a very interesting canal museum. There's also some nice restaurants, a very, very nice pub, and a really, really nice place to come, and somewhere that I often, sort of place that I would often come to on the bike just for a ride. So this is lovely here, it's really pleasant, the sort of place that I might come with my family for a day out and have a thoroughly good time. But sometimes I'm just craving a bike fix, as I'm sure you understand. So that might take me to somewhere like this, my local dealership. So here I am at Wollaston BMW Motorrad in Northampton. It's a bit of an odd one at the minute because the main dealership has been shut for a while as they're building a new one and all the bikes are crammed in with the minis, so the bike dealership vibe seems to have gone a little bit. I mean, for example, they're open today and there are no bikes here other than me. So given that I am literally the only biker here on a sunny Sunday morning, shows this isn't the place to come or hang out if you want to connect with other bikers. I also find that different dealerships and different brands even have a different vibe at the dealership. Now I'm a big lover of BMWs, as you know, because that's what I ride when I'm touring and going off-road and stuff like that, but I've never really felt there's been a real kind of vibe connection at the dealership, unlike the Triumph dealership at Woburn, where I seem to be spending more and more of my time, and there's quite a friendly vibe. That's not to say it's not friendly in BMW dealerships, don't get me wrong, but you know, I'm more likely to sit down and start chatting to somebody at the Triumph dealership who bizarrely are shut on a Sunday. What's that all about, when people are around and able to spend their money on bikes, etc. But it's quite often if there's a cafe attached to the dealership, then you get people hanging out and having a breakfast or something to eat. And there isn't really a cafe here. You can get a free coffee, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have a little mosey around at the bikes and the merch, and then I will move on to somewhere like this, my local biker cafe. Now, a sunny Sunday will fetch the people out, it always does, and this is the most likely place I am to connect with some like-minded people, look at some bikes, as you can see, and basically have a chat. I found out when I went inside the BMW dealership that, in fact, the motorcycle side of things is shut on a Sunday, so that explains why there was nobody there. That also makes me think maybe it's assumed that bikers are out riding on a Sunday. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, that's probably why the Triumph dealership is shut too. So we've got a nice selection of bikes here. I'm going to go and get myself something to eat and drink, and maybe even have a chat with a few people. We'll see how we go. I'll certainly be looking at a few bikes along the way. But still, wherever I end up, whatever I do, this is a cool thing to be doing as far as I'm concerned. Riding in the sunshine, checking out some bikes. Harleys today. Even here is quiet, so people are out riding.
Photogenic enough.
Of course you're photogenic enough. That's actually why I'm out doing a video about, if I could get that to stand up, doing a video about meeting other bikers and chatting to them,
just coming to say hello. Yeah,
so very nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I saw you walk past and I was like, I'm sure that's him. And then when you walk past, I went, let's have it. Just to see where
You'll be surprised how many let's have it I hear as I'm walking about, but I didn't hear you, I'm afraid.
You made that your slogan now, haven't you?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah. So are you riding today? Or?
I'm not riding, I've had an operation on my bicep, so I've been off the bike for about 8 weeks now.
Are you on the mend?
Yeah, on the mend, yeah. I've been out on my little CRF 250. I've got the CRF 2, so I'm not on the big bike. I've got a GSA, same as you, triple flat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you're a bit compromised, that's a bit
big bike, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just, I don't want to risk dropping it and not being able to pick it up. Do you know what I mean? yeah. I saw that in your video the other week. But
Absolutely.
But it can happen, can't it? That's the thing, can't it? Yeah.
I've noticed buzzing around on the Bonneville that I'm using.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different approach to everything.
Yeah, a bit lighter.
Yeah.
Don't
have to sort of pre-plan to stop and just stop, move back round.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's why I took the CRF out. I thought I'd see how I get on the CRF. You know, something lightweight. And if I get on all right, I'll sort of slowly progress. You know.
Cool. Do you take that off road?
Yeah. I've got the TRF app.
Okay.
Yeah.
I quite often go to out past Green's Norton.
Oh, right, yeah.
That way, there's a couple of nice lanes out that way.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know.
No. I think. Well, I've got the TRF app because I was just worried that if I was off road, I'd upset people where I shouldn't be or something like that. Right, yeah. And that actually tells you what lanes you can be on. So.
And the reality is you upset people. Yeah. Even if you are allowed to do that, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah, you do. Cool. Yeah, there's a thing called Thetford Loop around near where I live. Okay. And even, you know, it's a proper off-road route, but even being on there, dog walkers sort of, they're not happy with you, you know. But yeah, you've got to be respectful of you.
Well, that was really nice to have a subscriber come along. I think his name is Dan. Hi, Dan. And like I say, it just opens up the door. You talk to people you wouldn't otherwise talk to, which I think is fantastic. So I reckon if you're ever out at a biker cafe or somewhere, what you should do is go and find somebody who's sat by themselves, because I'm often really no mates, and I would welcome people to come up and start chatting about their old bikes and stuff. I really would. So let's just get chatting. Something that really struck a chord with me when Ben was looking at Bobber a few episodes ago was the dealer, the guy saying we all just need to be nice to each other irrespective of what brand we ride or what kind of bike we ride. We just need to be nice to each other, and yeah, 100%. So I think what we should do is get out there, say hello to people, and keep the community nice and alive and kicking, which I'm sure it is anyway. So it'd also be really interesting, excuse me, it would also be really interesting to hear about your favourite bike haunts, where you go for just a Sunday morning ride. So what bikes coming in. Yeah, where you might go for a Sunday morning ride. Seen lots of Royal Enfields about, which is cool. Yeah, I'll try it for the third time, where you might go for a Sunday morning ride or a ride any time in the week, and let me know. I'd love to hear about all your nice bike haunts, and I'll come and visit. So definitely mostly Harley Davidsons here today, and quite a collection of police bikes. So parked as I am, I should be fairly confident that the bike's not getting nicked at the minute. Right, I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this Sunday ride and my musings about bike hangouts and meeting other bikers. And I've got distracted again. Look, very nice 250N Super Dream Extra Edge, that's about 1980, something like that, I guess. yeah, I hope you enjoyed coming along. Please, in the comments, let me know where you go and hang out and where you ride and all that kind of stuff, and let me come and visit. That would be really cool. If you did like today's episode, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.